This is Paradise, just 96 miles from where I grew up. And in 2018, Paradise went from being a quiet little town to a roaring inferno, the deadliest wildfire in California's history.
It started 10 days ago as a brush fire in a remote area and soon exploded into the worst wildfire in California's history.
Not long after the fire started, I drove those 96 miles to help folks who were going through a level of trauma and suffering that's unimaginable. That trip would change the direction of my life forever, but more about that later. My name is Jessica Morse. I'm a fifth-generation Californian and proud of it. My ancestors came over the Sierras on covered wagons, and my great-grandma manned the telegraph booth at Donner Pass. Just her and her gun. Mom was a teacher and my best friend. We lost her way too soon, and I miss her every day. Growing up, my parents didn't make much money, but they worked hard and taught us to give back. And after earning a scholarship to college, I set off to see the world and serve my country. Somehow, I ended up here, by Assassin's Gate, the deadliest checkpoint in all of Baghdad. I wasn't a soldier, but I worked alongside our military to protect America's interests and give Iraqis the tools to build a democracy. Then I went on to work at the State Department and in jobs that took me all around the world. But after Paradise, my focus turned to a crisis right in our backyard. That's how I ended up as California's Deputy Secretary for Forest and Wildland Resilience. It's a fancy title that just means I worked every day to protect communities from wildfires. And when I think about which areas need reforestation or which neighborhoods need a fuel break, I've never once thought about their political party or who they might support for president. Because along with firefighters, foresters, and scientists, our mission is to keep your family and your home and your community safe. And that's why I'm running for Congress against Kevin Kiley, because he's not focused on any of that. He's a conspiracy theorist and an election denier. He voted to ban abortion, voted against funding to prevent wildfires. And while he's fine with holding rallies with QAnon supporters and insurrectionists, he hardly ever holds any town halls with us, his actual constituents. Donald Trump even called him a MAGA champion. But Kevin Kiley hasn't been a champion for our district. From wildfires to healthcare costs to housing and traffic, he'd rather point a finger than step up and solve the problem. You deserve better than that. I'm Jessica Morse, and in Congress, I'll focus every day on this, making your life better. And I'll work with anyone from any party to make it happen.